You're listening to Audiology. Support this channel by becoming a member and be sure to submit your requests for topics in the comments below. The French Revolution was widely appreciated for its social reforms across France, yet its strong opposition to Catholicism sparked opposition among many Catholics. In March 1793, such opposition ignited an armed uprising in the deeply Catholic Vendée region in western France. This rebellion, led by figures such as François de Charette de la Contrie and Maurice Delbé, and known as the Chouans, a name derived from royalist leader Jean Cottereau's nickname Jean Chouan, posed a significant challenge to the revolutionary government in Paris. The Chouans, forming the Armée Catholique et Royale, initially enjoyed success and British support, dealing severe blows to several revolutionary armies. In response, the Revolutionary Committee of Public Safety sent General Jean-Baptiste Carrier to quell the uprising, leading to brutal suppression labelled by locals as the actions of the hellish columns. The rebellion waned after a key defeat at the Battle of Savonay on the 22nd of December 1793. Following a political shift on the 9th of Thermidor, the National Convention offered amnesty to Chouans willing to disarm, an offer that was quickly followed by an attack on Guémené-sur-Scorff by the Chouans on the 28th of January 1795. In retaliation, General Louis Lazare Hoche was dispatched to Vendée, forcing a peace settlement on the 17th of February, generously brokered with François de Charette de la Contrie. Nonetheless, a faction of royalists, supported by a British-backed force of 4,000 émigrés and led by émigré generals Joseph de Puiset and Hermely, continued the struggle. Their efforts were undermined when they were trapped on the Quiberon Peninsula, and by the 20th of July, following additional losses and the death of Hermely, they were defeated by Hoche, leaving only a few to escape with the British fleet. Despite this setback, royalist resistance persisted under de Charette de la Contrie, who faced a defeat at Saint-Cyr on the 25th of September. The royalist cause seemed to revive briefly when the Comte d'Artois landed at Île-Dieu with additional troops, inciting royalist supporters in Paris to dismantle symbols of the revolution. This movement stirred fears of a National Guard defection in Paris, signalling enduring divisions and unrest within France during the revolution. The convention, understanding it was in deep trouble, realized that not only was there an enemy force on French soil, but also right in the heart of Paris due to the insurrection. They pledged to stay put in their meeting rooms until they solved the crisis and asked for the creation of 3 battalions of patriots, pulling from the Jacobin military staff that was let go after the 9th of Thermidor. They put General Jean-François, Baron de Menou, in charge of defending Paris, even though he was significantly outmatched with just 5,000 troops against a royalist army of 25,000 men. On the 4th of October, 1795, known as the 12th of Vendémiaire, the National Guard headed to Le Pelletier to try to calm the unrest. The military committee of the sections of the capital, led by Richard de Sévigny, declared they didn't recognize the decrees of the convention anymore. General Louis-Michel Auguste Thévenet, also known as Daniken, was in charge of the National Guard in the Le Pelletier area. The convention told Menou to move into Le Pelletier, disarm the area and shut down Daniken's headquarters, with Generals Despierres and Verdière sent to help him. Menou split his force into 3 and planned to move into Le Pelletier that evening. However, Despierres fell ill and couldn't go on, and Verdière refused to move forward. Menou hesitantly approached the royalist forces, offering talks to disperse them but retreated after they promised to disarm. Seeing Menou's retreat as a sign of the convention's weakness, the Le Pelletier section urged other Paris sections to revolt. Menou, realizing his error, led a cavalry charge down the Rue du Faubourg Montmartre, driving the royalists away for a time. The convention, seeing the need for stronger leadership, dismissed Menou and appointed Paul-François Jean-Nicolas Barras to take charge of defending the convention. Napoleon Bonaparte was quick to act when he realized there was unrest stirring. He arrived at the convention to gauge the situation and was promptly asked to support Barras in defending the Republic. Napoleon agreed, but made it clear he wanted the freedom to make his own decisions. In the early hours of October 5th, Napoleon took charge, instructing Joachim Murat to secure 40 cannons from the Sablons plain before the royalists could get to them. Murat and his team managed to retrieve the cannons in time, and Napoleon strategically placed them to control key areas. Despite being vastly outnumbered 6-1 by the royalist forces, the Republicans held their ground. An initial attack by the royalists early in the morning was pushed back. Then a larger assault involving 7,000 royalists was launched. Thanks to the effective use of cannons and support from patriot battalions, the Republican forces managed to keep the royalists at bay. Napoleon was in the thick of it, directing the battle and remarkably escaping harm even after his horse was shot out from under him. The turning point came when Napoleon saw the royalist attack faltering and ordered a counterattack, leading to the defeat of about 300 royalists on the streets of Paris. The significant impact of this victory was later underscored by Scottish philosopher and historian Thomas Carlyle, who famously noted that Napoleon's action, symbolically referred to as giving the royalists a whiff of grapeshot, effectively ended the French Revolution on that day. Carlyle attributed the end of the French Revolution to this event, emphasizing its importance, although the catchy phrase is often mistakenly thought to have been coined by Napoleon himself. The crushing of the Royalist rebellion removed the danger facing the convention. By the 19th of October, all army officers, including those who had been let go, were required to show the Committee of Public Safety their whereabouts during the days surrounding the 13th of Vendémiaire. On the following Sunday, the 25th of October, the National Convention officially dissolved itself and passed a general amnesty for actions strictly related to the revolution. Shortly thereafter, the Directory and the Council of 500 came into power as the Committee of Public Safety faded away. Napoleon was named General-in-Chief of the Army of the Interior, instantly becoming a national hero. His rapid ascent continued when he was elevated to the rank of Divisional General. Within 5 months, he took charge of the French army in Italy. In an attempt to cast the Republican defense in a negative light, the defeated royalists dubbed Bonaparte General Vendémiaire, a moniker he later embraced as his first badge of honor. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more content.